You're in your 20s
Yes.
and a Gen Z.
Yes.
Welcome, Gen Z.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
For your age group, there's so much anxiety now. Why do you think people have anxiety at your age?
They're seeing all these people on Instagram, on TikTok, anywhere. Even just outside on the street, you see a lot of girls with the big booties and their big boobs, or they're getting their chins done, nose jobs. So it just goes back to that anxiety, like, oh my God, how can I look like them? I need to look like them. If not, nobody's going to want me. Or they're all focused on visual stuff, not really what's inside,
Yeah.
not what's in the heart, not what people know. It goes back to that's why we have anxiety nowadays. How can I look like that person? How can I get this guy to want me? They're glorifying the wrong things. Who am I to say it's wrong? That's how you want to live your life, then that's okay. People need to love themselves a little more and not feel like they need to what others want them to be. I'd be lying if I said I didn't be like, ooh, I want those legs, be thick or whatever, right? Yeah, that's where the anxiety comes from. I'm not too young, but I'm a younger lady, and when you see online, you're like, what? These women look picture perfect, but half the time their stuff's Photoshop. They're wearing filters. A lot of girls can't even post themselves online without a filter on. When I see them in person, they're not as confident as they are online because they don't have the filter on. You can't have a filter on in real life. And that's where the surgeries come in. That's why we're having a lot of anxiety now. And also the phones. I mean, I'm one to be on a phone call all the time too. But it's like sometimes I don't need to answer that call because it's just somebody with, oh, can you do that for me? Which I love doing, but sometimes you need to give yourself time, how you said. Just turn off the thoughts. Just give yourself a breather. Crazy out here right now.
What would you like to have given to you?
I want confidence, of course. I would love the power to be able to help others. If I'm able to build myself up to a place where I can just be there for somebody.
Why do you want to do that?
Why? Because like how I grew up, not that I'm saying anything about it, but my family's family.
Family. Everybody has family.
Yeah.
It's stories about family.
Exactly. You know, you love them to death, but you know, stuff was a bit different. Maybe I wouldn't have grown to be the way. My path could have been a bit different, but yeah, that's why. Or not even just them, my schoolmates, my neighbors, anybody that I ever came in contact with. I'm not saying that I didn't meet good people along the way, but if somebody would have poured a little more into me, I feel like I could have been better. I'm getting there slowly but surely. Thank you, Priya, for being there. That's why I feel like I want to be that person for others.
Sure. That's wonderful. What is a question you would have for me?
A question I would have for you about how to get to where I want to go.
What can I help you with?
What can you help me with? Because you're already helping me with what I need, like
If
that
you had to
stress.
use words to express, because the thing is, in our own mind, we have ways of understanding things. So, because we've seen experiences of it, when you're born, you come into the world and you have an experience. So, that experience causes you to just behave that way. Those experiences become beliefs and patterns in your life. So, in order to change those experiences, you can't change experiences, but in order to change those beliefs and patterns, you have to start to introduce new ways of approaching them, new conversations, new ideas, new words to express yourself. With that, how would you like to be helped?
Okay, I would love to be helped. I have a problem with being able to express myself well.
Okay.
One, maybe because not maybe, because I'm not sure, like you said, the right words. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm saying something to you, but that's not exactly what I'm feeling but I don't know how to say it.
Yes.
I know a lot of words, obviously, but yeah, like,
So this is what happens when you have confusion because there's too many words in your mind. The mind is restless. It is very busy. There's a lot of information happening at one time. So how do you break it down so that you can have more peace and quiet? You can process your thoughts. The answer is meditation. The answer is to silence yourself from the inside. Because when you silence yourself, then only can you hear what your soul energy wants to tell you. If you don't even understand, your mind is constantly going, then how do you ever get quiet enough to understand, oh, this is what I should be doing? Because it's always so busy. And the belief patterns and everything is very real. So it's the foundation of that's making you work and drive you a certain way in the world. In order to shift that foundation and give it some new information, we have to become silent, quieter, not do more. So physical exertion is one way of changing everything. Mentally being very prepared and having some idea around it, but emotionally how you feel about things is extremely important, because everything starts with the heart. It's the heart, how you feel. So one of the things that we have in our dance, in our classical Indian dances, there's a saying. It says, yato hasto tato drishti, yato drishti tato manaha, yato manaha tato rasaha, yato rasaha tato bhava, which means that wherever my hand goes, my eyes follow. Wherever my eyes go, my heart follows. Wherever my heart follows, it creates a certain environment, a way that I'm thinking, I'm feeling, and my mind is involved now. I'm moving that way. And however that is what becomes your reality. If we are walking through life and you are constantly thinking about the anger aspect of your life, or things that didn't go right, or your mom was very angry with you this morning, or somebody, a phone call you had that didn't go quite well in the morning, it messes up your whole day. So how can you find quietness in that? How do you set your day up for success?
I've never been the person to set aside quiet time just for me to turn those thoughts off. Always have headphones on. That's not really silencing the brain, because now I'm thinking of whatever song I'm playing is going on in that time.
So this constant overstimulation of the mind is never allowing you to quieten down.
Yeah.
Because if you're not looking at the computer, you are listening to some music. If you're not listening to some music, then you're looking at some other distraction. And guess what happens to people who keep doing that the whole day? They can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Because their mind is so overwhelmed. Then they do something to overexert themselves. Either they find a partner to do whatever they have to do, or they will go to the gym and over exercise, or they're just so exhausted from their day that they just crash into bed. And that's it. That's it. You crash and burn. And then you wake up the next morning and rinse and repeat. So it's very important that finding yourself and balancing yourself in a way where you find time for yourself to sit down quietly, even if it's for 5 minutes. And I would say, just in your alarm clock, just put 5 minutes, set it up for at least 3 to 5 times a day, from the morning till nighttime, 5 minutes. Drink your water and meditate, or close your eyes, sit down quietly. If you're at work, you can't meditate, no problem. Just sit down quietly. Just go to the break room or something, close your eyes. People want to chat. Oh, yeah, guess what happened in my blah, 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 blah. Just quiet time. Breathe. Breathe. Your breath is your consciousness. Breath is your energy. Breath is your life force. So if you connect to your breath while you're having a little break, this kind of time that you take out for yourself, it would help you for another couple of hours. But imagine if you just go in constant conversation about unnecessary things that don't serve you or the other person, or people are usually just cackling around about, like, ha 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 ha, that happened. And that's the way you pass time, because we all want to fill in the gap. Go for it. So nice.
It is. It feels
Let's just
good.
get into our bodies, get into our space so that we can have a beautiful session together. I'm so grateful you're here.
Me too.
So as the vibration flows out,
Now that I'm here, Priya, I'm feeling better than the morning.
Right?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes,
Which
it
is
is.
good
I'm like,
because if it's quiet, it's really uncomfortable.
it is.
So it's like, oh my God, it's too quiet. We got to make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk. You got to do something. So, what do you think about that?
I agree 100. That's exactly how I run. I don't like to be alone with my thoughts, which is why it's my own fault, obviously my own choices, but I let not being able to be alone with my own thoughts push me to do some things that aren't too good for me. I don't know how to relax. I just, what can I do next? What can I do next? What can I do next? But I feel better though than before when I would let the thoughts push me to do bad things.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes,
Which
it
is
is.
good
I'm like,
because if it's quiet, it's really uncomfortable.
it is.
So it's like, oh my God, it's too quiet. We got to make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk. You got to do something. So, what do you think about that?
I agree 100. That's exactly how I run. I don't like to be alone with my thoughts, which is why it's my own fault, obviously my own choices, but I let not being able to be alone with my own thoughts push me to do some things that aren't too good for me. I don't know how to relax. I just, what can I do next? What can I do next? What can I do next? But I feel better though than before when I would let the thoughts push me to do bad things.
Hmm. During my time, I'll tell you, I'm in my 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody said anxiety, it was almost like, what happened? Are they in the ICU? You know, like what happened to them? How? Well, one of them is that there wasn't enough awareness. So people, if they were having anxiety, people didn't really bring it up. But we didn't have as much anxiety because we had time to process. If you're driving in the car, there was no cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking a walk, nobody can call you and say, hey, where'd you go? Come home. It's like you just tell them, I'll be back at whatever hour, and
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be back at that hour. And
Yeah.
whatever else happened in between, you had time to process things and let things be quiet. Even if you were stressed out, the drive home was like processing that information. But now what do? Put on a podcast, audiobook, or music that you like, or something to take you away. So where's your mind going? It's constantly being enticed by something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the mind is?
Not really. I mean, like I do, of course. It keeps my body going. It helps me make choices. Sometimes not the best choices, but it makes choices for me. It connects to my heart. If my heart's not going, my mind's not going. But I'm not really aware of the
So if I
everything.
if I told you that your mind is associated with your five senses,
Mm-hmm.
would that change something for you? Like think about it for a minute. If you were to see something and it challenged you in some way, or if you were to hear something that was not such good news, or just watching the news is horrible. I never watch the news. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I've been
I agree.
criticized for that for many years, but I'm gonna never watch the news. I get my information from where I need to get.
Mm-hmm.
When you see something, when you hear something, or you feel something, someone touches you and you don't like the feel of their touch, or something aggravates you, does that create some emotion? Does that create the next process for you? Is that a reaction that you get from that thing, and then that builds, do you think?
Are you asking, does it build for what my next reaction, my
Yes.
next choice is going to be?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. It's crazy. Sometimes I'll listen to a song
Yeah.
and I'm like, now I want to go do that.
Like this girl is on fire.
Yeah,
It
yes.
fires you up.
Yeah,
That's
fires me
good. That's
up.
a great thing.
Yes. But sometimes it fires me up to do the wrong thing. It could fire me up to do a good thing when we're doing CrossFit. And one of my favorite songs when they put on there is Project X, The Pursuit of Happiness, the Steve Aoki remix. That one fires me up to go hard in training, right? Sometimes I'll see a picture and it makes me sad. I'll see a picture. I see the kids and they make me cry. Sometimes I get a whiff of a perfume and it reminds me of my mom. And it makes me feel warm. Maybe just go inside the house and look at her.
Let me ask you this. What if you cut off the senses for a little bit, for a few minutes a day, and you didn't allow that to influence you in creating your next steps,
Mm-hmm.
or influence you in whatever was happening around you? How would that be?
That would be great. I would love to shut it down for I like at least 1 minute, even if that's what I have to start with. 5 minutes seems crazy to me right now.
Really?
But because I never shut it off.
Do you want to try it? Do you want to do a little experiment?
Yeah,
right
let's
now?
do a little experiment.
Okay, let's do a little experiment. So you don't have to close your eyes, but just take a nice, long, deep inhale and see if you can even do that. Nice. And exhale. Let it out. That's all you have to do. Set your alarm just to do that. How's your mind feel?
I had to turn it off right quick to
do that.
to do that. I did. I like.
Nice.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
have to turn it off.
Yeah, because then you have to focus on yourself, on your breath. Guess what? Your breath is your life force.
Okay.
You don't have your breath, you're dead.
Yes, it's true.
There's no breath. Bye-bye. So breathe.
Yeah.
That is a gift from God for you to breathe. That is the energy that comes into your body and nourishes you. Just that oxygen. So when you breathe, there's a word in Sanskrit, it's called prana. So prana doesn't mean just the oxygen. Prana is that vital life force energy that comes into your body. So that prana, when you're breathing oxygen, the scientists, the doctors can tell you, comes into the diaphragm and then is exhale. But what happens to the rest of the body? Is your foot breathing? Is your arm breathing? How is the energy moving through your body? That's energy. So that oxygen that comes into your body is also nourishing so many different parts of you. It allows you to tap into your higher consciousness so that you can consciously be present. When we have so much noise and distraction, how are you consciously present? Then you're like a robot running through the day. And what happened to the human experience?
It's gone. There's none.
How do you feel about that? Just that breathing, just taking that moment.
It is calming down. I do need to incorporate it more into my day. There is days where I feel like I do need to.
Here's what my advice would be is you don't want to have your external circumstances run your life. You want to run your life. And who's that running your life inside of you?
My brain. My 5 senses. My
heart.
My heart.
The heart. Come from the heart space. See, this is what we get told, right?
Yes.
The brain. Okay, the brain. Yeah, the brain. Yeah. It's a data center, no problem. Yeah. It has so much data. Of course, and it's good to understand the brain, how the brain works and different parts of the brain. But there's so much about the brain nobody still knows about. But there's something called consciousness. Where does consciousness live?
In the heart. That one in the heart.
Yes. In Sanskrit, there's a term we call hridaya. Hridaya has to do with the heart space and the mind. But then where's the mind? Is it the brain? Is the mind the brain? Think about it. In the Western sense, I don't know what they're still experimenting on, but a lot of the things they have found now that they're proving, it was in our Vedic traditions. Our Vedic traditions are the old traditions from India and the old world. It's over 5,000 years old, and it has given us so much wisdom. Today you have yoga, today you have Ayurveda, and all these things, the Vedic sciences that teach us so much. Western medicine, Western science is now proving it to be true. I started my practice 25 years ago. And during that time, I had a very well-respected dietitian. She and I used to communicate a lot because she loved Ayurveda. She wanted to learn more about how nutrition impacts people from an Ayurvedic standpoint. We used to have a lot of conversations. So I said, in your hospital, why don't you just tell people to meditate? She goes, oh no, I can't do that. I'll get fired.
Oh, wow.
So this is only almost 10 years ago. You could not say meditation or yoga in a hospital setting because the clinicians would get fired. And look at what's happening. Just fast forward a little bit of time. It's all about mindfulness. Because why? They proved it. Someone proved it. But isn't this common sense? So a lot of times we as humans, we have to understand there are things that are common sense, and we don't need things to be proven in order to understand that you need to breathe correctly to bring oxygen into your body, to awaken consciousness.
Yeah. Now everybody's talking about living stress-free lives. Oh gosh, that was a lot to take in. Priya, I need to reevaluate some of my.
That's okay. That's what we're going to do together.
Yeah,
We're going
yeah,
to go step by step.
yeah.
But the very first thing is set your time up 5 minutes a day. Just breathe. Now let's try one more thing. Do the same thing, the same inhale and exhale. This time, close your eyes and do it. And then once you close your eyes and do it, just stay, after you exhale, just keep your eyes closed and feel what you're feeling. And I will turn this on for you first. You can.
That's good.
Your whole body feels changed,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's because we're using a singing bowl here to do it. When you're at work, you don't have a singing bowl, but you can breathe in and out and remember this experience. The memory, the more you do it, the more you remember that this is what my body feels like. And you're bringing more breath into your body, more flow, more energy, more consciousness, more awareness, more fluidity, flow in your body.
Thank you, Priya. That felt good. I love the ball. It grounds me. It reminds me, okay, pay attention to the sound. The first breath was also, it did cancel the noise, but for 1 second, I started thinking, I was more focused on the breathing, but it was what reminded me too. All right.
So what we're talking about here is practice. Imagine if you did this every single day, your body would naturally know. If it's a stressful situation, you can't think through something, it will know how to breathe. You're teaching yourself something that is yours. It is your gift from the inside. Tap into that instead of something else from the external world showing you and telling you. Those tools are great, but when it's too much, it's overstimulation. That's what's happening in our world today. And if you just turn on the news or TV or YouTube or whatever you have, so many ads. Who's giving you the ads and telling you to think this way? Giving you one more ad to tell you this is your life, will make you better. Really? No, you get to think. You take the power back into your own hands and shut that stuff off. You do not need to hear one more person selling you Botox. I see ads for Botox for the 27-year-old girl saying that she got Botox done because she's been really stressed at work and staring at the screen, that now she needs Botox as a clinical idea. Really? What is this world going to? Everybody's trying to look like the plasticky with the lips all big, and then you look perfect. Then what's going to happen? Well, your body's changing. There is something happening to your body. If you're doing something for the fun of it or because you are fully in control, that's different. But when you are just doing it because you can't show up in society and you need to have your lips done a certain way, your body done a certain way, or anything like that, there are medical emergencies and medical times when you do need things like that. And that's how it was used in the past. But now it's for everybody. Who's putting those ads out there? The plastic surgeons? Because they need your business. Who needs this? All these things, right? Your body's going to change. So it's okay to choose to do whatever you need to do for yourself, where you are best, but get a bunch of doctors to give you that advice first, because it's a serious situation. What happens to people when they get these surgeries and things done? Do you think it goes away and it's permanent fix?
No.
No. So why are these young girls, why are they doing this? Tell me, as a Gen Z.
Well, see, that goes back to the anxiety part that you were talking about earlier.
What are you going to do from here on out?
My next step right now?
Yeah.
Well, definitely, I'm going to set an alarm clock on my phone. Not going to say it's going to be 4 or 5 times a day. I'll set it, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. But at least one time, for sure, stop and breathe. For sure. I need to remember that. Sometimes you need a little time for myself. And starting off, that will be it. One breather. I know it doesn't sound like much, but how you said, just practice, practice, practice until I don't need that alarm, until I can just remember, do that. It's for myself. It's for my health. I didn't even know I was feeling like that. But nobody knows. You're really having a real conversation with somebody. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome. Any last thoughts?
No, just thank you. Right now, I'm like, wow. Mm-hmm.